I just want to welcome everybody to the hang today. My name is Jade. I'll be your host. You guys are in for an absolute treat because our hang virtual watch parties are absolutely a blast. All right. This one today is being presented by Smokey Bones as we watch Ohio State take on Notre Dame. And here's the thing. We want you to make the most out of your hang today. So if this is your first time hanging with us, here are a few tips to make your hang experience the best experience. All right. Hang is all about the interaction. So the more you interact, the better the hang is. All right. So VIPs, if you're a VIP, you'll notice that there's a call out next to your name. We want you to turn on your camera, stay on mute. If you have a question, then you're going to put it in the chat and I'll actually call on you and I'll have you unmute yourself, which is right below the chat, your unmute button. And then you'll get a chance to actually ask the stars the questions yourself. All right. If you don't see VIP next to your name, you still have access to put your questions in the chat. And I'll read it for you. We'll shout you out and everything, but I'll actually be the one to tee up your questions to our stars. All right. Also, for everybody who's joining us from Facebook Live or Twitch, you still have time to join us live. All you have to do is go to let'shang.live to register, or you can sit back and enjoy the show. It's completely up to you. All right. Today's hang will actually run through the first half. So make sure you're making the most of your time. Get all your questions in. Don't wait till the last minute. Everybody regrets not asking that one question when they have the stars on. So please make sure you get your questions in. Matter of fact, you can start putting your questions in the chat right now. All right. Now, tonight's hang is actually special because not only is it featuring two legendary college football programs, but tonight's hang is co-hosted by a legend himself. I am so excited about this, you guys. He's a basketball analyst for CBS, an announcer in NBA 2K. So for all my gamers, you hear his voice all the time. Former Big Ten Hoops MVP for Ohio State and played several seasons in the NBA. Y'all give it up. I got to see those hands going crazy for Mr. Clark Kellogg. Woo! What's up, Clark?
Hey, Jade, what's happening? Good
What's
to see you. Great to be with you. And I can't wait to see what my Buckeyes are going to do tonight in South Bend. Are they going to handle business? The test will be great, but I think they're ready to meet the challenge.
I love it. I love it. Well, I see the noise talking is already happening. So let me even this out a little bit, you guys. I see another star that just jumped on. Former Notre Dame running back and team captain, won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers. Ryan Grant. What's up, Ryan? Uh-oh. There you go.
We in there? What's up?
Yeah, we're in here. All right. And we see you too.
Yeah, I'm back. I got my camera back.
All right.
I'm excited. I actually think I was a little concerned. I thought the game originally was in the Buckeyes in the horseshoe, but now it's now that it's home, I think we're gonna get it done.
Also, regarded as one of the greatest NFL wide receivers of all time, Walter Payton Man of the Year in 1999 and Ohio State All-American. I see Mr. Cris Carter, and he has a guest with him. What's up, Cris?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Say hi, Lola. Say hi. She's a big Buckeye fan, big football fan, sports fan, because she watches it with me. But welcome. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to the game.
And did you say her name is Lola?
Lola, yes.
Lola.
Her name is Lola, and she's a showgirl.
Right? As we're kicking off our hang today, let's talk about it. How big is this game for your respective teams? I'll start with you, Ryan, because you're the loner in the room right now.
I know. I'm okay with that. I think that this is a big test, considering, having Hartman as a new quarterback. Notre Dame started off fast. They started off pretty well in these first couple of games, but they haven't really been tested, in my opinion, with a team that is respectable and real competition. So I'm looking forward to seeing a team like Ohio State that's been dominant over the past few years and clearly is a respectable program to come in and see how they handle that pressure with Hartman. But I look forward to it, man. I think we match up very well with each other. So I expect it to be a good game, and it'll probably come down to the end.
All right. Do we want to give any predictions? We love predictions on hang.
Oh, we love predictions. We do. I think it'll be something like, I'm going to say like 35, 36, 31. I'm going ND, of course. So I'm thinking it's in the mid-30s with ND edging it out a little bit.
Okay. I feel you on that. Appreciate that. All right, Cris, it's on you. Let's talk about it.
I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely a huge test. These institutions don't play each other very often. Look at two of the top five most winningest teams in the history of college football, the history with it. So, yes, it's exciting. It's exciting. We're going to South Bend. We want to see how good our team was. We were national semifinalists last year, looking to try to get back into the playoffs, try to win the Big Ten again this year. So, this is a good test to see where we are, see where our quarterback is. But we got talent up and down the roster. Is it can we match the talent with the physicality and play a good game on the road? So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
I feel like I'm watching TV when I listen to Cris talk right now. This is so crazy. Isn't that cool? That is so freaking cool. I love that. All right, Clark, you got to jump in on the predictions. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to score somewhere in the high 20s, 28-20 Buckeyes. And like Cris said, I too am looking forward to seeing how this Buckeye team handles the challenge of being on the road against a formidable opponent. How does our quarterback, who was in his first year as a starter, handle the dynamics of being on the road against a really good team that has motivation from having lost here in Columbus a year ago? I know the personnel has changed somewhat, but there's always that psychological edge for the team that's lost a recent matchup with the same opponent. So I'm looking forward to what my Buckeyes can do in South Bend.
I love that. I love that. Well, you know what? I see a really cool comment. I'd love to have Bill P. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, I see you have a comment for Clark.
Hey, Clark, love you, brother.
Hey, Bill.
So we went to Miami University basketball camp together in '76, and you were 6'7", skinny as a rail, and I handed you the ball and said, "Show me your dunk, big man. I'll never be able to dunk." And you said, "No, I don't want to take a chance on ruining my NBA career."
Is that right?
Yeah.
That
Your
was
team
my
ended up
answer
finishing.
47 years ago.
Yes, sir. You knew your knees were bad even back then, apparently.
No, I didn't have any pre-knowledge about that. I was hopeful I would play a lot longer than I did, but I'm glad I got a chance to realize the dream, even though it was short-lived.
Yeah, it was sweet. That was the first year they were allowed to dunk because of the Lou Alcindor Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rule in Ohio.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
go
Bill.
Buckeyes. Love you, brother. Love the way you
go Bucks.
share your faith, Clark.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Bill. God bless you, man.
What a cool story. Do you know how many times Bill has probably told that story about handing you that ball? Isn't that great?
I'm sure he's probably told it a lot, Jay. That's part of the joy and uniqueness of being connected in sports. It just has a way of connecting people, and the stories last for a lifetime.
I love that. That's neat.
Clark, I just want to know, how do your knees feel?
My knees are good. Hey, Ryan, I'm bone on bone in both of them, but I'm functioning better than my X-rays look. So we're gonna keep on stiff arming. Keep on stiff arming the replacement, man.
I'm with that. I can appreciate that, man.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Those knee replacements are no joke. My mom just had one, so
really,
yeah, that's a tough recovery right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Heisman for as long as I can.
Yeah. We have somebody else that just unmuted. Hold on, let me see who it is.
You did.
Bill's telling somebody in the background the same story. There we go. Okay, I appreciate it. All right. We actually have a question from the chat from Ronte. Ronte is normally one of our Hang VIPs. This is for Clark as well. It says, hold on, I just lost you, Ronte. Hold on. Oh, what is the most exciting game that you've commentated?
Oh, wow. The most exciting game I've commentated. There have been so many over 30 years of doing it. I would probably say one would be the first time I called the national championship game for CBS Sports in 2009. It was Michigan State and North Carolina with the Tyler Hansbrough team. Not because the game was so great, but the opportunity I had dreamed of having to be next to Nance calling the game on CBS. That was a dream I had once I got into the broadcasting space. So that first time calling the national championship game was probably one of my highlights.
Very good. I love that. Robert W. says, Cris, sorry I missed your induction into the Hall of Fame. Do you know Robert, Cris?
I don't know. If I would have known him, he'd have been there.
So honest. Oh, that's hilarious. My goodness.
I appreciate it. Tell me, he can YouTube it.
That is so funny. Well, maybe he he was out somewhere and wasn't able to watch it on TV. Okay.
I appreciate it.
So Cris, let's talk about that. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when you're getting these big awards. Do they let you invite whoever you want? Because you've had many awards over the years.
Sports has been a blessing to me since I was a kid. It's always what I wanted to do and be able to do it at the highest level. It all got started at Ohio State. I would say it ended in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but I've just been put in situations that organizations and coaches got the best out of my ability. I was very, very fortunate to be able to stay injury free for the most part. Not like Clark, and not to belittle that, because he was a teammate of my brother with the Indiana Pacers. So I've been knowing Clark since I was a kid. So the ability to be able to have a long career in the NFL is very, very rare. So I was very, very fortunate. But celebrations like the Hall of Fame, yes, I had the legendary DJ Biz Marquis. He was there as my guest. I had all my friends back. I'm talking about my first ones. Everyone, family, friends there in Ohio. Actually, the housing project that I grew up in Southwest Ohio is 241 miles exactly to George Hallis Hall Lane, there at the steps of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But it seemed like a million miles away. But my journey in the Buckeyes and the people of Ohio really supported me, made it all possible.
That's awesome. So, Cris, when you're getting ready to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, do they give you a writer, or do they say you are limited to 20 guests, 25, or is it like, this is your world, this is your time, so you get to do what you want on these days?
No, you pretty much get to do what you want. Now, you are limited as far as the speaker, the time, because, we are on a TV show on NFL Network and ESPN, so you do have a time restraint. But the Minnesota Vikings, I think they gave me like $200,000 for my party to spend on my party. What? So it's like a wedding. No, I spent it all too. Oh no, we had everything. We had every beverage, every snack. We had every childhood dessert when you came in, our little knick-knack, little Jolly Ranchers, gummy bear, Ike and Mike's. Everything. We had it all. We had it all. When I went into the Hall of Fame, everybody that was part of my journey, they went in with me, and it's a night and a day and a weekend that they'll never. So we went all the way with it. So it's that kind of, yes.
Wow.
If you've never been to Canton, you should go Hall of Fame weekend. It is so special. Clark, next year you're invited. You can be my guest, get in your car, come on up to Canton. We'll play some golf and everything, and let me show you how they do it in Canton, Ohio.
Oh, I would love to see that. I didn't realize that you had that kind of a party. So was the party in Canton? Is that
we have these tents. Yes, we rent out these spaces. There's 6 locations, either there at the museum or other restaurants and locations. They rent them out. Now, these NFL owners and the organizations, they pay for the party. So we have the best entertainers. CeeLo Green, every rapper we've seen the last 5-10 years are at these parties. I know it's amazing. It's amazing. And Ryan, I got to thank you and the Green Bay Packers. If y'all hadn't let me get all them stats like that, I probably wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank you. Thank you.
I was waiting. It's okay.
Did you see my lips move on my bust and kiss you?
No, I see. you got the stats. We'll take the W. Chris, I was gonna ask. I don't have enough. Chris, I was gonna ask. Do Packers get invited to these parties? Are you inviting Packers
absolutely.
to these parties? Listen, I'll show up.
Yeah,
I'll show a good time.
No, absolutely. Because we all part of the brotherhood. Once you get done, it's all part of the brotherhood.
We
understand
I do want to say,
each other.
I want to say, man, I grew up, a big fan of you and what you guys created, and watching Robert Smith and you guys just dominate. It was impressive. So, it was fortunate to be a part of an organization that that had such a great history with, you know, the competitiveness in regards. So, like, I'm much respect, man. And when you play in the brotherhood and you play in the league for a certain amount of years, you really do. There's such a level of respect across the board. So, man, my hat goes off to you and all the guys that were able to do that, man. So much respect, of course.
And you can speak to that, especially coming from Green Bay. You're talking about a class organization.
Yeah.
I have 2 autographed footballs in my office. One is from Jerry Rice, who I believe is the greatest football player that ever played. And the other one is from Bart Starr, who I believe is one of the greatest human beings that ever played the game. That's why they had the Bart Starr Award and ultimately named it the Walter Payton Award. So we have great, great men that play this game. And a lot of times we don't talk about their greatness. But those are the 2 autographs that I have. And a lot of that's because of legacy of what Bart got started there in Green Bay, which went across the whole nation. And people fell in love with the game of football. And then that great rivalry that we have between the Vikings and the Pack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Ryan, you have some hardware too, don't you?
I do. Listen, I think while we're in it, I got the most important hardware. But individually, when you're done, it's impressive. Like, listen, by no means was my career Hall of Fame worthy. But I was fortunate to play with individuals and play against individuals that I know will be in, have been in. You know, listen, I played between Brett, Aaron. I got a bunch of other guys that are coming in. And I was fortunate to win a lot of games against some of the best. So.
Well, I know you're trying to be modest, but let me give you some of the numbers, Jay. There's only been 22,000 men that have played in the NFL in 102 years, and there's only been 12,000 of us that played more than 4 years.
Yeah.
So Ryan's in that class. He had a very good career, had a lot of great memories, and anytime you have crossed that threshold of all the millions of little boys been trying to play this game, and you're amongst 12,000, man, trust me, I take my hat off out of mad respect for what you did accomplish.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, especially coming from you.
Said,
it means a lot. It means a lot, man.
Both of them.
Ryan, you wouldn't happen to have that ring on you, would you?
I do. Let's get through this series and then I'll pull it out. I don't want to lose this focus momentum that I have on Wednesday. But I got you, Jay. I will. I'll bring it out.
I just want you to know we stunt on Hang, okay? So
no, I feel you. I will. I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out for people. Listen, I don't see too many ND fans in this chat, so I don't know. This is a loaded Ohio State.
Well, the Buckeye Nation rolls strong and hard.
Yeah,
Ryan.
they do.
They roll real hard.
About Notre Dame. They're in the library tonight reading some books.
I know, right? Listen, that's you know what, Chris, I'm be honest with you. That's a shot, but it's kind of an honest shot. It's kind of keeping it yeah.
Oh no, bro. I keep it 100. Notre Dame was on my final 5 list. Yeah. Myself, Tim Brown, and Michael Irvin were the high school All-Americans. 1984. Yeah. Look it up. USA Today, McDonald's high school All-American. Tim Brown and I went to visit Notre Dame the same weekend. They were playing UCLA in basketball. Jerry Faust was their coach. It was so much hype, so much momentum. They thought they were going to build land. Tim and I, man, they flew a private jet over to Ohio to get me. Yeah. We went to the party. My man Alan Pinkett, he took us to the party and everything. And Clark, I told him, I said, I don't know if I'm going to fit in here at Notre Dame. And Tim Brown was just having a great time and everything. Oh man, Shucky Duck, man, I love it here. Man, I think I'm going to sign. I'm going to commit to the coaches tomorrow. Chris, what are you doing? I said, man, I'm telling these coaches, fly me back home. I'm going to Ohio State, man. I ain't going to waste their time. Like, this is not my cup of tea. I'm going to be a Buckeye. They take life too serious for me. you know and they said, we respect it. Put me back on the plane. I end up committing to Ohio State. Timmy ended up committing to Notre Dame. In the year I ended up going pro because I left before Timmy. Timmy ended up winning the Heisman Trophy. Supposed to be my senior year, but I was already in the NFL. So Tim and I are very good friends through the years and everything.
Both of y'all ended up in the right spot and had remarkable careers.
You see? Yeah,
worked out great.
But I'll give a little context, Chris. So that's probably all of us. So almost everybody that I went, I'm trying to think, I think 6 guys from my class were on the same recruiting visit. And we hated our visit. And all of us were like, man, we're not coming here. We're not coming to this. The visit wasn't necessarily the best we're not coming. And I know exactly what you mean in regards to, man, these people take certain things too serious. We ended up at the end of the day when we looked at everything that we were trying to present package-wise, school-wise. There we go. It ended up being the best opportunity. And, and it's interesting because Notre Dame, Ohio State, when Ohio State offered me, that's when I knew, oh, man, I'm a real deal ball player, especially as a running back.
Yeah, as a running back.
If Ohio State's offered me, it's real deal, man.
Nice day.
But it ended up working out for us, man. And it's interesting how careers take in college and why guys choose different places and stuff like that.
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
grab.
Wow. That's a heck of
See
a
that
catch.
one-handed catch by the tight end?
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yep, I just saw it. Yep.
Notre Dame's on the move.
And walking down the field.
Middle of the first quarter update, 6 minutes to go. Notre Dame's had several first downs. They have their bright green jerseys on, sparkling helmets. Tight end motion to the boundary. Sam leading the offense. Now it's time for a pick. Dive up the middle. No gain. Second long.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, before we started the hang, Clark and Cris, you guys were chowing down on some good old barbecue from Smokey Bones, the master. They know a thing or two about it, right? They are a full-service restaurant delivering great barbecue, award-winning ribs, jumbo chicken wings, crave-worthy cocktails, and more in more than 61 locations across 16 states. So, Cris and Clark, you got to tell us, how was the food? Me and Ryan are over here jealous. We're hungry. We didn't get the barbecue, but okay. Clark is he's still getting down on his.
I'm still the ribs. I got my wings, Jade. My wings are over on the counter. Let me just take 1 minute. I'm gonna go grab my wings, but I haven't sampled those yet.
And Cris, your plate is empty, sir.
I think you can take the bones to the Smithsonian. I didn't polish them up and everything. No, Smokey Bones knows they barbecue. Now you just can't get anybody just sponsoring the barbecue and everything. And too many people try to do barbecue and don't do it right. But Smokey Bones, they know what they're doing. Side dishes really good. Texas toast. And you got to get some of those donuts.
Oh my
those
goodness.
Donuts are amazing.
Them donuts.
Come on now.
Donuts.
Fourth down. Let's get it.
Unbelievable.
Let's see if this is a big one. Starting
We're
it
coming
off.
up a little bit later. We have a really cool segment. We're going to bring in some the thirsty bartenders. They're going to be matching some cocktails with the food that we had earlier and show us how it's all paired together. So once again, we just want to give a shout out to Smokey Bones for providing the food for today and for, making today's hang possible for sure. All right. I want to have Dwight S. Dwight, if you want to unmute yourself so you can go ahead. You had some comments and questions earlier. Dwight, you can unmute yourself.
My question is for Cris Carter. When you was playing in Minnesota, who did you like better at quarterback, Randall Cunningham or Dante Culpepper?
Wow.
Well, I don't really think it's a fair comparison because I had Randall early, 3 years in Philadelphia, and then he went through everything he went through, retired, and then we brought him out of retirement. So then I got him later in his career, far more mature, understanding the game. And then Dante, I had him at the beginning. So I wouldn't say a preference. The best quarterback I ever played for is Warren Moon. Like, I played 2 seasons with him, Clark, 1994 and 95 season.
What made him say, Chris?
200.
Chris, what made him
Yes.
so good? What made him so good, man?
He has unbelievable accuracy and anticipation. And he knows the mind games that a quarterback, like he'll throw the ball to a guy just to keep him happy and everything.
Got you.
And I'll be like, Warren, why you throw it to him? He's like, don't worry, it's practice. I ain't gonna throw it to him in the game, but right now I'm gonna give him a little crumb. So his psychologically, he was just on another level. He can make any throw. A great leader. And you didn't have to get a lot of separation for him to get you the ball. Like Warren said, he said every quarterback wants 3 feet. He said, Chris, you give me 3 inches and I'll fit it in there. So unbelievable talent, unbelievable leader. Taught me a lot of things about the passing game, about what his eyes were seeing, so that we can get matched up. But I only played 2 seasons with him, 244 catches and 24 touchdowns.
Wow. 2 seasons.
Oh, that's
Two
dope.
seasons. Yeah, so
Wow.
Warren Moon is that's my guy. But
Chris,
great question.
that's a really interesting thing that you said about like understanding the psychology of wide receivers, because not too many people really know what that is and what that looks like. Because for everybody, just to let everybody know, there are stigmas around the NFL about wide receivers. that they're all frustrated basketball players that probably to some degree could have played in the NBA or were hoopers, and a lot of times, rightfully so, they want the ball, and there's only so many, so many balls to go around, and a lot of times to hear that a quarterback understands what comes along with that and keeping guys happy, I think that's kind of like inside scoop stuff, That,
There's no doubt.
yeah,
As far as the offensive players in the NFL, the wide
absolutely,
receivers are the most selfish. And they're the most detached from the rest of the offense, but they're the most dependent on the other 10 players.
absolutely.
So a lot of times when you can't do your job because someone else, your left guard gets run over, your quarterback misses you, you're wide open. Somebody misses pass protection. And then I'm out there trying to do my job. My job is to catch the ball, get yards, score touchdowns. And if I can't do that, there's a matter of frustration. But your description as far as frustrated basketball players or guys think they could be playing in the NBA, yes, there's a bunch of us out there playing wide receivers.
Yeah, it was interesting to see because I think, and then when you're on like good team dynamics, you understand the dynamic of recognizing like how do you find that balance within, they're good, especially when you have talented guys, leaders and stuff like that, man. Putting guys in position to make plays and do what they do. Everybody feels like, hey man, you put the ball in my hands, we can get it done. So it's an interesting dynamic to be able to work out.
Well,
Yeah,
Ryan, I
Brian
can tell
Billick
you,
used to
Chris wasn't a frustrated
Yes.
hooper. Chris actually could hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could actually hoop. I remember he's 15, 16 years old, showing up at Pacer practices, visiting his brother, and he got out there and showed us that maybe he could be where we were in a few more years. So he could do both of them at a high level.
Okay, Cris, we see you being an all-around athlete. It's funny, we had a hang earlier, and all the guys were pretty much saying the same thing. They said if they didn't play football, then, a lot of, to your point, that basketball would have been their alternative choice.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to try to, I hope the athletes understand me. It's, I was always very, very good at math, very, very gifted at math, like at a high level. Every time I saw the football and saw the film, it was like math equations to me. I understood the game. Like I understood the angles. I was so comfortable with the competition and the way they worked out and their mentality. I was more of a football player mentality than a basketball player. I got a brother played in the NBA, and they might be big, but they plenty soft. They don't have the mentality that NFL players have. So not unless they played in the NBA in the 70s and 80s. Now, them dudes was rough, but the rest of them is soft as butter. Yeah. But the mentality and the X's and O's, I knew I was supposed to be playing. Yeah. Coach would tell me stuff, and I would ask him, why is the coverage? What's the front? And there's no wide receivers asking a coach in football what the front is because they don't care. And it was just, I really found out what I was supposed to do on this earth. And when I did, man, I just put all my energy into it. And I'm just so thankful that people pointed me in that direction and let me know that's where my gifting was.
Yeah, that's a great gift when you find your lane and your passion and your gift. And then you get to chase it, because it's not work when you chase what you're gifted in. And then you can max it out, which is what you did.
That's awesome.
Clark, my high school coach sat me down, and then we'll let you go on, Jay. My high school coach sat me down before my senior year, and I was like 15 All-American in basketball and first team All-American in football. And he asked me what I wanted to do. And I told him I wanted to go to either USC or Ohio State to play football. And I asked him what he thought. And he said, I know you want to play basketball. I know your brother. I know your family's a lot of pressure. But to me, he said, are you Isaiah Thomas or are you Lynn Swan? And Clark, now we had never seen Isaiah before.
Oh, yeah.
We had never seen. Now, Isaiah and my brother were teammates in college. So I had firsthand experience, and I had to be honest and say, I'm not Isaiah Thomas. I can be Lynn Swann. And it's no shot on Lynn Swann. And that's really what steered me to concentrating on football compared to playing both at Ohio State. But go ahead, Jay. You were saying something.
No, Teresa B said, Cris, one of the greatest of all times, only 26 wide receivers in the Hall of Fame. So a lot of people are giving you your props. Just wanted to make sure that I read that. Michael D, I'm going to get ready to have you unmute yourself in just a few minutes. But before we do that, it is actually time because we are less than 2 minutes from our first quarter being over. So it's time for one of our Smokey Bones trivia. We love to give away prizes right here on Hang. So we'll be giving away a prize back featuring a Smokey Bones gift card and a Hang and a hat. If the Hang team can please put that graphic. As you see, we have Clark and Ryan both modeling our hats today. I have my hat right here too. Yes. Ryan is also representing the t-shirt. We love that. Yes, sir. So you can work. I'll read the question in the multiple choice answers. Put your answers in the chat. The first person who answers correctly wins. All right. The Hang support team will validate the winner in the chat, and then they'll contact you if you are the winner post-event to fulfill your prize. And we like everyone to have a chance to win, so you will be only eligible to win one time. All right. So let's give away our Smokey Bones prize pack. And our first question is, pulled up here. Clark Kellogg has appeared. You cannot answer this one, Clark. Clark Kellogg has appeared as a broadcaster in the NBA 2K games since NBA 2K9. Who was on the cover of that game? Ooh, that's a good one. Was it A, Kobe Bryant, B, LeBron James, C, Kevin Garnett, or D, Tim Duncan? Do you know the answer to this one, though, Clark?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. I didn't know if you remembered. You know, there's been a lot of covers, brother. You know, it's been a lot of covers.
But each one is special, and I got them all locked on my hard drive, Jay.
What? Okay. You got to tell us about that in a second. All right. It looks like Jeffrey. There's a lot of Jeffs in the chat. Let's see. It looks like Jeff O is actually our winner. The answer was, Clark, I'll let you tell them.
Oh, they already did. KG.
That's right. Oh, okay. So you gotta tell us about all these covers on the hard drive.
No, I just was messing with you. I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I know we've had Kobe. I know we've had LeBron. We've had D Wade. I think Nowitzki was on one. Yeah, over the years, I mean, that's 15 years I've been part of that franchise, which is amazing. A wonderful gift for me. Connected me to a lot of the younger folks that are out there that are gamers. Some of them don't know. I mean, I'm so old that some young folks don't know that I actually played the game. They know me more from broadcasting, but it's cool to be part of the NBA 2K franchise, which is one of the most popular video games in the world. When you think about it, I don't know if there's anything other than Madden, maybe FIFA, but it's right there in the top 3 or 4 of gross sales and popularity across the globe. So great to be part of that with a number of other announcers too. Kevin Harlan and Coach Fratello recently, Steve Kerr in the past. There's probably a dozen or so announcers that are part of it now, which has been great.
That's awesome. Well, we have more questions about how you go in and re-record, but I see somebody else that just stepped into the Hang. Former free safety for the national champion Buckeyes in 2015, defensive MVP during the championship game. Thanks for hanging with us today, Tyvis Powell.
What's going on? Hi, everybody. How everybody doing? Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
He always comes in with the energy. Okay. So did you get your Smokey Bones barbecue earlier, Tyvis?
Come on now. Garlic parm is crazy. Garlic parm wings was crazy.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so speaking of the garlic palm, we got to talk cocktails and food right now. We actually have a very special segment we're going to do with the Thirsty Bartenders. We have joining us Samantha and Bianca from Thirsty Bartenders to share some of their amazing Smokey Bones game day cocktails that pair perfectly with our fan and favorite dishes, including the parms. Okay, Sam and You take it away.
Guys.
Hello.
Thirsty Bartenders here. My name is Sam.
And I'm Bianca.
And we're ready to make some cocktails with you guys. So today we're making 3 cocktails that you can order at Smokey Bones. They pair perfectly with barbecue, which is what we have here. This is their bonfire dish, and it is massive.
It smells so good in this room, and we're only 2, but this is for 4 people.
Yeah. And I'm ready to eat it. So let's get into these cocktails.
So we're going to be starting off with the barbecue peach margarita. Here you have it. A little spill. It's okay.
Look how beautiful it is.
Your other ingredients. Have you guys ever tried barbecue whiskey?
Curveball barbecue whiskey.
It's delicious.
It's really good.
So we're going to start off with 1.5 ounces right here. Woo! A little extra for love. Some margarita mix. A little triple sec. And some peach syrup.
Ooh, yum.
Good.
Flavor.
It smells good already. The barbecue whiskey has a really good scent.
Peach and barbecue also, that like is a match made in heaven.
It really is.
Now we're gonna shake it up. If you don't know how to shake, this is how you do it. And roll it right into your smoked out glass. We have tahini here. This is like the smokiest if you've ever had. And a peach garnish.
So in
Y'all always make everything look so delicious. We don't have those garnishes when we're at home.
You can. It's pretty easy.
You can get fancy with
You
it.
can get fancy.
We
Cheers.
always get fancy.
All right.
So good.
Okay, we're gonna make.
You have
the
to
next
have a job on the planet when you can actually drink on the job, right?
I love it. That's our best thing ever. The next cocktail we're gonna be making is the Bonita Apple Bomb. Jade, are you making this one with us?
Yes,
Are
I
you
will.
ready?
I'll make this. But look, let me just say something before y'all tease me. I do not have all that fancy stuff, so I'm making mine in a red cup. Don't judge me.
That's
Love
good.
that for you.
That's more. That's
I
better.
see you. Look, don't judge me. Okay, so what are we doing first?
No judgment. No judgment here. So this is an apple caramel cocktail. We're using Crown Apple today. So get your Crown Apple out.
Okay,
So we're going to be adding 2 ounces into our shaker.
all right.
Boom, like that.
There you go.
There you go.
With
She
your
is
shot glass.
ready. Okay, so the next ingredient that we have is our apple juice.
Okay, I already have it in the cup. I have to
She's
put that.
ready. We've got some lemon juice.
Okay, I have my lemon juice right here.
Yes. You're doing great. 10 out of 10. And then the caramel syrup.
Okay, I wasn't sure about the caramel. I could only find salted caramel, so we'll see how this turns out.
That's yummy.
That's going to be so good. Yes,
We
I
use
love
salted caramel all the time.
Yes, very, very good. So we're going to shake our cocktail.
Okay, I'm gonna just pour mine with this y'all.
That's okay.
Or you
just
can
a little
stir
stir.
Give it a little.
I love it.
help.
She's already like about to drink it. I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna wait on y'all.
She's like,
Look how beautiful. That's got some good texture to it.
and that foam.
That
You
foam.
want that foam.
That foam is there.
Foam is good.
And then we've got a caramel apple pop. These cocktails, you can get these at Smokey Jones, and they come with these actual garnishes, and they're so cute. I'm obsessed with the presentation.
Is that one mine?
That one's yours.
Thank you.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie, that is so good.
Oh,
So
cheers.
good. It's
Oh my-
sweet, delicious caramel apple, the perfect pairing.
You didn't give me a straw, and I just sipped from that. But it's okay.
Put that one down. We will not finish the hang. I promise. That is so good. My God.
I think this is my favorite type of barbecue.
Before you go on to the next one, the guys have to know the name of this last one that we just made. Y'all,
That
it's
is
called
the Bonita,
The Bonita
Apple Bomb.
Bonita Apple Bomb. Y'all remember that song? Come on now.
And this is a Smarty Pants shot. We're gonna take a little shot with you guys. I don't know what you have at home.
Yeah,
But-
what are you guys drinking at home? Put it in the chat. We want to know.
We want to know. Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
She-
What's your go-to game day cocktail?
I love that.
0 points. Can afford that again. Oh no, that's something else. I don't know what.
So this shot has nerds on the rim, and I'm a sweet girl. Like that's my kind of shot, you know. And what else does it have?
It has
apple.
strawberry puree, apple pucker.
It's a sweet girl's dream.
It's sweet, and it's called the Smarty Pants.
And we're Smarty Pants.
It's a cute name.
Love it, love it, love it. All right. Cheers, ladies. This was
Cheers,
great.
everybody.
So Kim H, any go-to drinks for game day?
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully later on, maybe we'll be able to email everybody the ingredients because these are some really, really, really great drinks. Shouts out to Smokey Bones for happy hour. Speaking of, they just made their $4 to $6 happy hour food menu available all day, every day. Now you can get all your favorites from their delicious cornbread to a juicy half-pound cheeseburger anytime that you want it. So the drinks were amazing. Ladies, great job.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you, Smokey Bones.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Thanks, ladies.
Enjoying.
I got to jump back into the game really fast because I saw the fellas going crazy. Ryan, Clark, anybody, what just happened? I mean, I saw a field goal, but
They missed the field goal. Notre Dame missed the field goal.
Go Bucks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Go Bucks.
We'll
Yeah,
say.
y'all need to take
Listen,
away
it
his
shouldn't have
scholarship,
came
man.
down to that. They should have caught the
Y'all got that
interception.
dude on the team just
Yes,
for the
yeah.
GPA, man.
Yeah.
You can't have no kicker on scholarship, man, missing kicks like that. This is the biggest
feel
game
you.
of his life, man. He
I
ain't no
know.
prime timer, man. He probably got like a 4.8 GPA or something, but he can't kick.
He probably
There you go,
did.
Chris.
Why? You know what's gonna happen now? Now he's gonna kick the game-winning field goal, and then you're gonna talk all that
He
spectrum.
did. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. It ain't gonna come down to that. It ain't even-
That's right, Tyvis. That's right. It ain't coming down to
It
that.
ain't coming
Margin's
down
gonna be
to
too
that.
big.
Well, let's
Margin's
see,
gonna be
because
too big.
O State's been 3-and-out a couple times, so we haven't been able to seal the deal with
Listen,
any points. But
it's a fill out thing. Come on, man. You know the first 15 plays is scripted
you
anyway. You gotta fill it out. You gotta see what they're
Yeah.
doing. Now he gotta make
with
some
it.
adjustments and it's about to take off.
Okay, I'm with that.
That's what I hear. I hear that too. Come on, Bucks. There we go. Get that corner.
all right, Bill,
Evan?
you had a question earlier. Bill, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Bill, if you want to unmute yourself. Bill P. The mute button is right underneath the chat. Okay, we'll come back to you, Bill. Jeff O, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Go
Jeff?
Irish, baby.
There you go.
So let me ask you, running back by committee is now the norm, but back when you were playing, would you rather share carries and be fresh, or do you just want to pound the rock every time?
That's kind of a ridiculous question. Do you want to share carries?
Hey, Ryan,
You already know.
want to share some of that love?
Yeah, you already know that. I think most running backs in general, even with the running back by committee, I think most running backs feel that the more carries they get in the rhythm, they get in the groove, they start to understand defenses a little more. They start to feel like, defenses are kind of sitting on their heels a little more. You want to wear them down. So nobody wants to necessarily share carries. I think the way the game is changing, it's better for the offenses, I believe. And I think the way the offenses are spread out dynamically, it makes more sense, understandably. But nah, I'm good. Like that running back by committee, it's hard to get into a rhythm in the same breath. It does keep, I think, careers are
Nice catch.
long term.
Oh,
Is it for long term careers?
the tip of it hit the ground.
Thank you very much. I was watching the play, man. Thank you very
All
much.
good,
I listen, man. Great job. Congratulations on a great career and winning the Super Bowl.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. We appreciate that. All right, Evan, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Evan was enjoying watching the ladies, the thirsty bartenders. He was asking if tequila goes with brisket earlier. But you had another question also, Evan. Go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, I wanted to ask Brian, what was it like playing with Aaron Rodgers? And do you find it surreal what happened to him with the Jets? It's just unbelievable.
Well, do you mean what was it like for Aaron to play with me?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you mean?
I beg your pardon.
No, it was great. I think. Listen, when you get to that level, you want to play with competitors, and our level of competition and our desire to compete and win at a high level is great. So when you see guys that number one have talent that is elite, but also have that competitive drive, we just make each other better. And I was fortunate that me and Aaron came in the same class, and we grew together when I got traded to the Packers. So I watched him develop into the quarterback, and I watched him work and do things to get better and better. And he was elite. We knew he was going to be the real deal early on, and it was great. He made us better. He made our job a lot easier, and we believe that we made his job a lot easier so that he could, be A-Rod and just go out there and sling that thing.
Great.
But I'm fortunate because he made me a lot of money.
I love that. Bill P. Bill, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. You had a comment for Tyvis.
Hey, Tyvis.
What's going on? How you doing? Go Bucks.
I'm doing good, man. We were at that 59-0 Buckeye dismantling in Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. My wife and I were. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I'm glad that we can make that quite the experience for you, man. 59-0. I didn't think it was gonna go like that, but I'm happy it did.
Yeah, I loved your comment about 12 gauge when he first found out he was going to start. You were looking for him playing video games, and he was down at Woody.
Yeah. We was roommates, and Cardell's usual routine is, I come through the door, from class or something like that, and he's sitting there playing Call of Duty. When I came in, when he became the starter, he wasn't at the house, and I'm like, "Oh man, where you at?" And he's like, "I'm still at the Woody studying film." And I said, "Okay, we good. We locked in. We good to go."
So is it true that LeBron was going to wear 23 at Ohio State because he wanted to be like Tyvis?
I mean, come on, man. Listen. He showed up to the national championship game with the 23 on with no name on it. He knew it was because of me. You know what I'm saying? At that point, he had already I had the whole 23 down for Ohio, and I brought it a national championship. So, you move your feet, you lose your seat.
And then he ended up winning one at Cleveland.
Hey, we inspired him. It's because he watched how good
you inspired him to win
that I
had.
Cavs. It inspired him to go out there and bring it to Cleveland.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks, Bill. We appreciate it. Thomas, I love the way you say it with your chest, though. Like, that's
Come on now. LeBron know what it is.
All right, we have some special guests live from the game, you guys. Sophomore defensive specialist for Notre Dame's women's volleyball team, hometown of Portland. Hey, ladies, how is it?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Okay, it is clearly very loud there. Tell us the vibe in the stadium.
It's electric. It's a lot of fun right now. 0-0, but it's very loud in here. It's a crowd.
Oh, that's cool. It's a little hard for us to hear you, but can you show us, like, on the other side, what it's like in the stands? Ooh, I see a lot of green there. See a couple sprinkles of red, like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It is loud. It is loud. Okay, we'll check back in with you ladies soon. Thank you, Maisie and Paris. We'll be rooting for you this season. Thank you guys so much. And we'll check back in just a little bit. Fellas, do y'all miss that? Do you miss being in those stadiums with all of those people yelling for you?
Yeah, I do actually. I think about it quite often. It's a good thing that I work in media and I get to be around it. But I also want to say, Ryan, you see what's about to happen, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you got that in, Tyvis.
Man, just preemptively. Let's get there. I see what's happening.
I'm just saying, it's getting close. That's all I'm saying.
It is getting close. It's getting close. But we know that there's been many fumbles right on.
Don't wish that. Don't wish that.
Oh,
pay dirt time. Pay dirt time.
Come on now.
I don't know. That might be fourth. I'll take that. Listen, if this is a stop, I'll take it.
Well, we love to hear the updates from the pros. Can somebody give us an update about what is about to happen? What you talk about, Tyvis?
Oh, the Buckeyes about to score. You know, it's 4th and 1 right now. So on the goal line. So
they go for it. Do they go for it?
What?
Yeah, we're going for it. We're going for it.
This ain't the 80s. Yeah, they going for it.
Yeah, we're going for it.
All right.
Hey, what's wrong with the 80s, man?
I know, right? My fault, Chris. My fault, Chris.
No,
you didn't get it.
He didn't get it. Let's get that. Boom. What we got, Tyvis?
Hey,
no, tell Tyvis to unmute himself. Make sure Tyvis, Clark, and Cris are unmuted. I want to make sure because it looks like
I saw it, Ryan. I saw it, man.
I would have rather just ran the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not into the pass and stuff. Like you know how it is, Ryan. On the 1 yard line, it's about who wanted the ball. Who wanted who a dog?
Exactly.
It's a cop out. He did a cop out.
What we say? We used to say 4th down and 4th and goal are the only downs where there's no grade. It's just win or loss. You either win your job, you either get it done or not. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And O State didn't get it done. And O State didn't get it done. So
listen. That's all right. Listen, 3 and out right here. That's as good as a touchdown. Flip the field. It's all about the field.
You see, I'm not gonna front. I would have liked to play with Tyvis because he keeps a positive perspective out here. He knows how to keep it positive.
Flip the field, man. You get him down here 3 and out. That's as good as a touchdown.
All right, Michael D, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. I think you have a question for Cris, Clark, and Tyvis.
Yeah, so first a question for Cris. So I grew up between Cleveland and Akron, Ohio, so Middleton wasn't too far away. And if I remember correctly, you were a quarterback early in your days in high school. So tell me about how were you as a quarterback and then the transition to wide receiver?
Well, that's really the only position I played. Unfortunately, there was a gentleman that was coaching our high school team that felt like the quarterback should be Caucasian. And I think that he was trying to get me to quit playing football and just play basketball. But I played. That's the only position I played. A 9th grade team went undefeated, beat Cincinnati Moeller. And when I tried out for the varsity team, they wouldn't even give me a look. So I thought they were trying to make me quit, and I wouldn't quit. So I moved to wide receiver and told the guy, I'm going to be starting wide receiver too. I'm the best quarterback, the best receiver. So I moved to wide receiver and got me a spot on the team and started as a sophomore. And then the next year, we got a whole new coaching staff, and the coach asked me, did I want to come back to back to quarterback? And I said, no, I'm going to stay at wide receiver because it's the best position for me. So that's the reason why I moved, because some guy in Middletown, Ohio, he knows who he is. His parents, his family knows who he is. And the irony to it is that high school stadium that he wouldn't let me play quarterback in happens to be named Cris Carter Field now.
Wow.
I just greatly appreciate him, his stupidity.
Well, hopefully we moved on from that. Hopefully. And the question for Clark. Bill Rafferty. Tell me a story or two about Bill Rafferty. He's got a great reputation, and obviously you guys get along real well. So tell me a story or two about Bill.
Well, first of all, he's a terrific commentator. He's done it at a high level for a long time. I think he got started back in the late 70s, maybe early 80s as a commentator. So he's approaching 50 years of doing it at the highest level. He's an unbelievably gracious and kind and funny guy. He's always fresh and upbeat, which is amazing. He's done probably more games than any of the basketball commentators that are currently doing games, because he would do 3-4 games a week at times. And his freshness, his preparation is just remarkable when you consider. And currently he's, and not that age is a factor, but he's approaching 40 years. I mean, Bill is right at 80 and still going really strong. But love him for who he is as a person and man, and also how he's been excellent for such a long period of time. And he always has a good word, a kind word, a funny word, and he's got stories forever about coaches and players and fellow broadcasters. He's a delight to be around, an absolute delight to be around and to have as a coach.
Let's talk about that run. Don't overlook that run.
Okay, tell us what happened, Brian. Tell us
what happened. Aldridge over here breaking tackles. Aldridge over here pulling him out. Yeah, I